Hi everyone, it's your favorite girl, your favorite nurse Paradise, and I am here live again. It's been long, yes, it's been long that I came live. So I hope people join this live because it's kind of important because I've been receiving lots and lots of questions, and instead of um replying individually, I prefer to come live so that I would make it like public so that in case someone else would want the same answer, like would have the same question, they would see the answer, they would know the answer. So it will cost me a lot of time of replying and like staying on Instagram or on my email replying messages and questions. So this is why I I am always like making Q&A live videos with you guys so that you can you can 1 minute. You can be able to hear. I hope you guys are hearing me. 1 minute. Let me sort this out a little bit. Hi everyone. Sorry for that. Can you hear me, please? Can you just say yes? Can you just type if you're hearing me? If you're hearing me, good. Like very well. Okay. Thank you for the response. So we are live again. It's been long, very, very, very long. That I took a very long break and I'm back. Okay. I'm back with lots of questions and answer. So first, how I do it is I go through the questions I have. Okay. I try to answer the questions, and then at the end of the live at the end of my answer, you can ask question here directly, and I will do my best to reply all your questions. Okay, so for the newcomers, because I have new subscribers, you all know what Paradise is all about. This channel is all about nursing, student nursing, students that are not in Malta or that are in Malta and wishes to know more about Malta, like they just migrated from other countries, like other European, African countries or other non-European countries to Malta, and they are longing to know more about the culture and like way of life in Malta. Okay, so I am Nurse Paradise. I have been living in Malta for 14 years. Okay, So I think I'm in a very good position to tell you um, all about Malta, all about life, be it student life, and like living in general in Malta. Okay, so I have been here. I want to do a little bit of introduction for the new ones. So I have been in Malta for 14 years. I studied BSc in nursing here at the University of Malta, and I did my master's also in leadership and management in healthcare or at IDEA Academy. Okay, it's an institute here in Malta. So I am a senior staff nurse in the hospital here in Malta. I help people. I help people, nurses from African country that wishes to come and work in Malta or that wishes to leave their country to come here and work in Malta. I help them to come. I have helped a lot of people and I'm willing to help more. But when I say help, I don't do the work. No one can do the work for you. You are able and can do the work yourself. Okay. So when I say help, I am here to guide you. I am here to give you the steps. I am here to clear to clear every doubt or every like I don't know how what to say. Like when you are at a point and you don't know the next step to go on, I'm here to guide you through the steps of like coming to Malta as an international nurse. Okay. So having said that, there are there is just one way, okay? The only way for you to migrate from African country or from non-European country to Malta is through studies. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what the studies are as a nurse. You have to come through studies. There is no other way. Okay. In terms of nursing, there is no other way. So when I mean nurse, so this is the topic. I have like three main questions people ask, which I want to answer in this video. The first one is adaptation course. And someone asked me, people asked me, like, I don't know, I'm confused on which one to come with. Is it an adaptation course? Can I come through adaptation course or should I come through top up degree course? So I'm gonna clarify what is adaptation course and what is top up degree. So you will be able to know which one suits you better, which one you that it's right for you to choose. Okay. Then the second question is accommodation and the current price of rent, okay, in Malta at the moment. Then the third one is how is student life. So let's go on with adaptation course and top-up course. So I said earlier that the only um, route of coming to Malta as an international nurse is through studies. So it's either you come through adaptation course or you come through top-up degree course. So what is an adaptation course? An adaptation course is a course that Europe has they have this like designed to adapt to teach non-EU countries, EU nurses, the way of nursing in Europe. Okay, so everyone non-EU nurse have to go through this course to be able to be able to make you integrate into the system of nursing in Europe. So they have to teach you they have to teach you some courses that is mainly in Europe, like the culture, the way of life in Europe. So this course is like 6 months course that you would go through as an international nurse that studied in a non-EU country so that they can adapt you, so they can acclimatize you into the system, the European system of nursing. So this is adaptation course. Okay, I'll come to that later. Then top up degree course is when you want to, like, you are a diploma nurse and you want to have a degree. Okay, you want to have a degree. So this is what is top up degree. Like you're in level 4 and you want to come to level 5 as a international nurse. So you ask me, which one should I go for? That will come to the first step. I have made these videos. If you are new in my channel, I'll advise you to go through my old videos, and you're gonna like find very, very, very important videos I made about adaptation course, top up course, and the steps of coming. Like the number one thing you have to do, like, okay, right now you graduated, you're fed up of staying in the country you are right now, and you want to migrate. So what is the first step? People always ask me, I want to come, but I don't know how to come. I don't know what the first move, I don't know the first step to take. So this is the first step you have to take. Okay. So the first step you have to take is acknowledging your certificate. You have to go through the Malta Recognition Council. You have to go through this step first. You have to recognize your certificate with the one of Malta, so that you can be able to apply both for studies or for work. This step is very important. You know why? Because when you recognize your certificate with that of Malta, you would know the level you are in with your certificate. So your certificate will tell you if you're in level 5, if you're in level 6, or you're in level 4. Okay. So most of the universities or institutions in Malta, like institutes, okay, in Malta, which is I made also videos of University of Malta, IDEA Academy, and MCAST. These are the institutes that provide this course, okay? So, and each of them have the level they accept. I think, if I'm not mistaken, University of Malta accepts up to level 6, and the others up to level 5. So if you don't know the level you are in, you cannot know which one to apply. You cannot know if you want to apply for adaptation course or for the top-up course. The top-up course is mainly for those that is below level 5. For example, you have a diploma, or you did not even achieve you're just a nurse, okay? And you have like a certificate in nursing, and it's not up to level 5. You need a top-up course to be able to come, because the university or the schools will not accept you with below level 5. So this is where you need the top-up course. The top-up course is more expensive than the adaptation course. Okay, so you also have to bear in mind of the cost, so which I'll come to it later. So the top-up course is more expensive than that of adaptation course. So the adaptation course is mainly for those that have level 5 and above. Okay, level 5 and above. What you need is just this brush up, this adaptation to be able to integrate into the European way of nursing, and you can just start working as a nurse in Malta. Okay, so when you know that after the recognition council, you come up to know that you are eligible, you are level 5 and above, then you apply for adaptation course. And I hope I have cleared the difference between adaptation course and top-up course, because people are really not understanding, or they are confused on which one to go through. So if you have any question regarding adaptation course and top-up course, this is the time, because I'm going on to another topic. This is the time to ask. So I'll give like two minutes. If you want to ask me anything about adaptation course or top up course. I have detailed videos, okay, um, in my videos, my live videos. If you go through those videos, you would be very, 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 very like prepared to start the process. So someone wrote, NG wrote, I followed one of your YouTube videos and I applied for IDEA Academy, currently in the process. I wish you all the best, and you would um you would succeed, of course. Another question I have about top up course is, when they contact IDEA Academy, they always refer them to a third party like an agent, and they always are there. People are always afraid to work with this agent. They always send me a message to ask me if it's legit, because I don't blame them, because they don't want to be scammed. So, but the agent is very, 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 very um that's their system. Okay, when you contact them via YouTube, via Instagram or Facebook, they will direct you to their agent that helps them that helps to guide you and like stay with you, like follow you up with the process. So don't be afraid to contact this agent and work with him. Okay. So yeah, this is their way of IDEA Academy. And if you have any other question regarding IDEA Academy, University of Malta, or MCAST, just feel free to drop the question and I'll answer you. So let's moving on to my next question, which is accommodation stroke current rental price. So truth to be told is that Malta is going like way high than before. Okay, like accommodation is going sky high. So what I would always advise is to always, if okay, when you have the acceptance letter from your school, Paradise would advise you to go with your school's advice. For example, if your school provides accommodation, go with the accommodation, okay, for your visa process, because that will make your visa more like realistic. That will tell the visa officer that this one is still going to school and your visa would be, issued. So I would advise you to go with the school campus, any school that you choose to go with their campus for accommodation, just for you to come to Malta. Okay, because I would advise you also to I would prefer for you to be in Malta, for you to know the kind and type of accommodation you would want to prefer to live for a long term. Okay, so it wouldn't be right for you to pay for rent fee and everything the way the rent is right now, sky high. I wouldn't advise you to stay abroad and pay for this rent. So I would um advise you to use your school means of accommodation while abroad. Okay, and when you come, you can be there 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, until you have your ID card. Okay, don't move until you have your ID card, because your ID card will come to your mailbox where you use. So use that address, stay there until you have your ID card. When you have your ID card, you're free like a bird. You can choose to change. You can choose to go to a cheaper place, or you can choose to go to a more comfortable place, depending how what is the like how you feel, whether you have privacy issue or money issue or any other issue you might have in the campus hub. So depending on you. So, but I would advise you to go with your school accommodation. Then, okay, accommodation, I would sum it up with cost of living in Malta. Okay, I would sum it up with cost of living in Malta, monthly expense. Okay, expenses. So let's go with rent. If I look down, I made a lot. You see how much I prepare for you guys. So I went into research and also with my experience. So I will just tell you guys. So Renting a property will account for a large part of your living expenses. Okay. One bedroom apartment in the central area, for example, when I say the central area, Valletta, Silima, and St. Julian's, okay, will cost an average of 900 to 1,000 euros. Okay, even more. One bedroom, 900 to 1,000. This is a central area. Okay, but if you move towards the north, okay, or you move apart from the central area, it goes down, but not too down. So, like, you can find some properties for like 650, 700 euros, okay, in non-central area for a two-bedroom. You are looking at the amount of 1,000 in non-central area, 1,000 to 3,000 euros. So one bedroom is more expensive than two bedroom. So as a student and you want your private life, you want to live on your own, like a one bedroom apartment, it's going to cost you more than sharing an apartment, like maybe taking a two-bedroom apartment and sharing with someone, maybe a roommate or somebody. So you know what you want, you know how you feel, you know your pocket. So that will determine your choice. Okay. Then now, as I said, rent is very high in Malta. It went sky high, and the most right the best time to rent an apartment is in the winter. Okay, let me tell you why rent is high in Malta, because Malta is a tourist country. Okay, like tourists come in Malta. Like they are always here, both in winter and in summer. So the demand is more. Okay, the demand of apartment is more. So the landlords, they put in amount of money, any amount of money they fit. So but in winter the tourists are like more lower than the in summer. So in winter is the perfect time for you to be able to rent an apartment. Okay, like in affordable price. Winter is the best. Towards like November, December, January, February, these months are the perfect months to go into how house or apartment hunting. Okay, so let's go to utilities. Another consideration for the cost of living in Malta is the utilities such as water and electricity. For basic electricity and water usage, such as heating, cooling, water on cooking, etc. In a like one bedroom apartment, you are likely to pay 84 euros per month. Okay, with electricity, water, gas. The gas here, if you choose electricity gas, then you're going to pay more. But if you choose the cylinder gas, you're gonna pay you'll pay less. I use the cylinder gas. Okay, I top it up whenever I want. I have like two cylinders. I have one filled and one in use. So when the one in use finishes, I have already one, then I just switch it on. So that one, I know how much I'm paying in a month. I know how much I budget for that. But if you're using electricity, the bill can just come even while you use it or while you don't use it, you still have the bill. So this is me, what I use. So it's up to you to opt for the electricity gas or the cylinder gas, okay, for cooking. So you would have up to I'm trying to tell you cost of living in Malta, because most students that came through my like videos, they always come with a shock of how much they need to spend before they start working. Okay. So I am telling this cost of living for you to know, for you to prepare from home. You cannot come to Malta and start working immediately. Even if you start working immediately, okay, you would have 1 month before you have your pay. So that 1 month you would eat, you would live, you would pay the rent, you would I'm gonna tell you steps also of other things you need to do within this month. Even if you can work, but it's not like, let's say, legal to work in a month. All right, because you need your permit, you need your resident permit, and you need to have a working permit, student working permit. Students are allowed, I think, a minimum of 20 hours, um, I think, a month to work, okay, in Malta. So as part time. So you are allowed to work, but you need a permit to be able to work in Malta as a student. So and for your permit to come out, for your ID card to come out, you need 3 months. So imagine 3 months without income. Imagine 3 months just taking out everything every month. You're going to pay the rent, you're going to do this. So I'm going to prepare your mind at least to have a saving of 3 months. So when you come, you will not have that shock of um not having enough money, or not being prepared enough to come. Not just you just pay for your visa, pay for your flight, and you just find yourself in Malta. You have to prepare, you have to have money enough to last you at least 3 months before you can work. Okay, so now I have talked about the utility, internet and mobile plan. Internet and mobile plan, it's like roughly from 30 to 50 euros, depends on the plan you choose. Okay, depends on the how fast the how high um the whatever fiber, if it's fiber or whatever it is they call about it, depends on what you choose. So from 30 to 50 euros you have to a month. Okay, you have to prepare for internet and mobile plan. So another thing is transportation in Malta is you would pay like 2 euros for a trip, okay, for bus trip, 2 euros for bus trip. However, you have to pay this money until you have your ID card. If you have your Maltese ID card, then you would go with public transport is free in Malta for resident permit holders and Maltese citizens. It's free of charge. But before, as I said, before you get your ID card, you have to go to school. You have to, that's why also I said, choosing the school campus. The school campus is always close to your school. So you would save a little bit money in transportation. Imagine 2 euros going, 2 euros coming. And also bear in mind that you're going to convert, for example, for Nigerian students, you're going to convert naira to euro. Right now is sky high. 2 euros might be little for us that are living here in Malta, but for you it's very high. So um you have to pay the 2 euros until you have your ID card, until you can apply for the free bus card. Okay, if you have your ID card, is free. The public transportation is free in Malta. But then, if you want to go with taxis and luxury, if you choose the luxury lifestyle, who knows? This is the lifestyle you're used to, and you can afford it, you can go for it. Okay, that is much higher. So yeah, and if you're liking this video, please give me a thumbs up to encourage me, and also to take this video out. Please give me a thumbs up, and I would really appreciate it. So now let's go to groceries. Okay, an average person, a student, like an average person, can use up to 100 euros a week for your grocery. This again depends on what you want, where you want to buy it, what you want to eat, and everything. All depends on you and your choice. Okay, so, and also coming from, I'll always use Nigerian because I am a Nigerian and I know more about Nigerian culture. So coming from Nigeria, you want to eat your African food, okay? And I would tell you that it is expensive compared to the one you buy in Nigeria. So if you want to if you want to eat your normal African food, prepare to spend some money. Okay, so if you're coming, you can put in dry foods. Okay, you can put in egusi or bono. You can put in some things that you would really miss. But I think you have to check also what you can bring along with you from Nigeria, so you wouldn't be breaching any um, airport law or anything. So, but whatever you can bring that you can bring from Nigeria, bring from Nigeria. And also, I would advise you as um, Nigeria or Afro or non-European nurse or student that is coming to Malta to study, please make your hair before coming. Okay, I know why I'm telling you this. Make your hair before coming. Make a hair that will last you, if not 2 to 3 months. You know that, you know what I'm talking about. Make a hair that you can wash and it's still nice. Make a hair that you don't need too much stress, because when you come, you're coming to a unknown country. You don't know what you want to do the next day. You don't know anywhere. You don't know, okay, you know Paradise. You can always reach out to Nurse Paradise. I'll guide you to where you can get things and affordable things in Malta. Okay. So, but I would advise you, for you to save and for you to look nice, presentable, make your hair in Nigeria. It is very cheap. You cannot compare the price. Don't think you're coming, you're going, don't worry, I'm when I get there, no, no way. Make your hair. If your phone is faulty, change your phone in Nigeria. Buy new phone in Nigeria. It's very cheap, cheaper than here in Europe. And you wouldn't want to spend the money that you're saving for the rainy days in buying phone. Okay, so you don't know what will happen. You don't know the situation you will find yourself the next moment. You don't know what you will require in school. Okay, buy your phone, buy your laptop. You would need a laptop for your assignments and for your um like school projects. Okay, so you would need a laptop. If you don't have a laptop, you need it. Buy it in Nigeria, okay, in wherever you are right now. I'm using Nigeria as an example. Buy it so that you're gonna save money and you're gonna like just use money for important things. You don't need to start buying things. Take appropriate when you're coming. If you want to ask me, send me a message. Please, how is the weather? What clothes should I bring? If you're coming in winter, bring winter clothes with you. You don't need to come and start going to buy clothes, they are expensive. If you're coming in summer, come with appropriate clothes that will last you at least 3 months, that you can manage at least 3 months, so that when you start working, you can be able to live more comfortable. Okay, so yeah, another thing that will take your money when you come is health. Now I'm gonna go to health expenses, healthcare expenses. Okay, so the first thing is health insurance. Every foreigner, okay, everyone that comes to Malta to live, study, live, and work in Malta, before you start working, for example, a student, you're coming for your adaptation course or you're coming for top up course, you would need a health insurance. Okay, a health insurance. And this health insurance would go from roughly 600 to 700 euros. Okay, and this would depend on your health, your the state of like, if you what do you have any on the underlying health issues. Okay, if you're diabetic, if you're hypertensive and all those things, it tends to go higher. Okay, because they would assume you tend to go like be sick, or you would need frequent going to the hospital. So and this insurance wouldn't cover all your healthcare needs. Okay, it will only cover you when you stay a night in hospital, in Mater Dei hospital, which is the main, or any other hospital. So if you spend the night, or you have like surgeries or something, okay, like it will cover you. Not all surgeries though, but it won't cover you for a doctor's visit, I think. And you, when you go to, for example, emergency, and they send you back, when you go to emergency and they send you back that same day, your health insurance wouldn't cover that. Okay, unless you spend the night in that hospital, that is when your insurance will cover your health insurance will cover your expenses. So let's say that if for some reasons your health insurance did not cover your expenses, or um, in your doctor's appointment. So let's say doctor's appointment here in Malta is from 10 to 60 euros. Okay, and also a general blood test would cost you around 20 euros. An ultrasound would cost you around 50 euros to 200 euros. Okay, but but when you have, pray that you don't fall sick. Okay, this health insurance is just for your ID card. You need your health insurance for you to obtain your ID card. When you have your ID card, and if luck shines on you, you start working and you have like a work permit, then healthcare will be free for you. You don't need to worry about paying for healthcare when you start working. But as a student, you still need your you still need your insurance. If you're not working, you still need your insurance to cover your hospital bills. Okay. So yeah, because EU and the multi citizens are all, they have free healthcare system. All right. Yeah. And so to conclude about the cost of living and like rent in Malta, I would say a foreigner needs, one person needs at least 860 euros per month, excluding your rent, excluding your accommodation. Okay, you will need up to 860 euros per month for you to live in Malta, like living. So, yeah, and also I would advise you, while coming to Malta, like, I know you're coming to study, I know you're coming to work as a nurse. That is what you want to do. But I'll advise you also to learn handwork. You are there waiting for your visa. You are there like preparing. I'll advise you to start something: tailoring, hairdressing, whatever, nail tech, makeup, whatever you want to do it. Like, learn it, because it will help you in a long run. When you are waiting, when you get your ID card and you want to work and you are ready to work, you will not look for job. Okay, and this job pays. It pays. Oh my god. It, especially hairdressing. Okay, I am talking from experience. I have also an afro hair salon. I combine it with my nursing work. I know how much my girl is taking. Okay, I know how much she's earning, just, as a as a professional hairdresser. So imagine you're studying for 6 months or whatever, for 1 year, and you're working as a hairdresser. You're already earning in thousands, okay, thousands of euros. And also remember that when you finish your adaptation course, you have to go through the nursing council, registration of the nursing council, which will take time, which will take your time to register as a nurse. Okay, so when you are waiting for this time, you are earning money. When you get your license to work as a nurse in Malta, you have to also look for a job. And when you, if you're lucky that the government accepts you or opens up the call for nurses and you apply, the government call would take you roughly 3 to 4 months to recruit nurses. They always get 3 to 4 months to recruit nurses. So you're going to stay at home this period, 3 to 4 months, waiting to be called to start working. So bear that in mind. You're going to spend money. You need to learn side hustle. You need to learn a skill. You need to learn something. If you don't want to learn, you can still have like a bartender, a waitress or waiter, or some maybe cleaner, or kitchen helper. You can always also work as a health assistant. You can also work as a nurse aide, okay? Like a carer. You can also work as a carer in hospital while you're waiting, all right? So, yeah, I would advise you to learn. I know what I'm talking about, and please learn a handwork. So, what is the next topic? My next question people ask for is, how is student life? Student life in Malta. I'll start by saying, in Malta, Malta is it's like, for example, you cannot fall on the street of Malta and nobody would come and ask you what happened. How are you? Are you okay? What is happening? Okay. Maltese citizens are relatively very, very accommodating. Okay. They are like welcoming, and they are, most of them are caring. I'm saying most of them because you're still going to find those people that It's not everything I'm going to say, okay? So, but most of them are very welcoming and very, accommodating. So, that is number one thing you need to settle down to say, oh, yeah, like I'm going to a place that they will welcome me most, that I'll feel welcomed, okay? And um also in Malta you have a very good weather, okay? We have most of the time summer weather. Like, it's not like in most, like in UK, that you have always cold. No, Malta, most of our time, like right now, we're still not wearing the jacket. We're still like this, like in summer, like in Nigeria, like, free, like you feel very, very home, like you're coming from Africa. But we also have winter. Our winter is short, but not as bad as some other European country. And but the thing I'll tell you that is in Malta is, when it's cold. Like, it's not too cold, but it's humid. Malta is humid, so the cold penetrates. All right, and it's more cold inside the house than outside when it's cold. So we tend to cover, if you're not heating your apartment due to the high cost of electricity that will add up, because when you heat, you have to spend money to heat. So some people would prefer not to heat their place. So you need to cover up more in winter. Okay. So Malta is a relatively very, very a comfortable country in terms of weather. I prefer Maltese weather to any other European country weather. Okay. Then I think maybe that's why I've been here for like this long. All right. So another thing about student life is, Malta is a multicultural country, where you find um more foreigners than the Maltese. Okay, you find more tourists than the Maltese themselves. So you don't need to start worrying about English. like it's an in internationally, like, English speaking country. You would study in English language. You can just walk by and speak English. Everybody would understand you. Although they have also their Maltese language, which is also being used, okay, which is also being used with in amongst the Maltese, the like the elderly, or the people, the Maltese that wouldn't, you would really, sometimes you find people that don't really speak English, but it's really rare, believe me. So and also as a nurse, when you come in, when you start working, um, you would have a probation period of 1 year. Within that 1 year, you need to have the medical Maltese language. You need to pass the medical Maltese language for you to have your permanent contracts. Okay, so if you don't pass the medical Maltese, they would not renew your contract. They will not give you the permanent contract with the government. So it is important to be interested in learning the Maltese language. I understand them. Like when you're in the hospital, and somebody comes in with pain, okay, the person might not start thinking about how to how to speak English language. All right, the person will not start thinking, how can I tell this nurse in English that I'm feeling pain. The easiest language that the person speaks will just start coming out. So you are there to take care of this patient. So you need to at least know the basic language, the basic medical terms in Malta, so that you can be able to take care of your patient very well. So, although English is being used in Malta, but you also need to learn the Maltese as a nurse. Okay, yeah, because you would need it in the hospital, because you're going to come up with elderly people that will need to to explain to you, okay, in Maltese. So it is your duty to know how to take care of them and to know what they are actually talking about, so that you can know the appropriate medication and appropriate care to give to your patient. So another thing I would also add is Malta is home away from home. Why did I say that? Be you Pakistani, Indian, Nigeria, Kenya, wherever you're coming from, you will find your people here in Malta. You will find your people here. If you're coming from Nigeria, we already have Nigerian communities. We have Yoruba group, we have Igbo group, we have like Edo group, we have Abo. So they have their meetings, they have their parties, they have Owambe, they have everything. So you you will not really feel homesick when you integrate and mingle with this, like when you find your culture in the place where you're going. So you're gonna find all these people in Malta, and also you're gonna find African restaurants, you're gonna find African bar, you're gonna find like nightlife, like disco life that plays Afro beats. Okay, if you're the nightlife person, if you're like the outdoor person, you're gonna find these things in Malta. So it's like home away from home. So you're going to really feel comfortable, welcoming, and safe. The most important thing is Malta is also safe. It's a very safe country compared to some of the European countries. So you feel safe in Malta relatively. And yeah, and another thing I would say is people are welcoming, and that's the most important. So you will feel like, yes, you miss your home, but you still feel good that you're in Malta. And also the people, you will find different cultures which you want to learn, which you want to accommodate them. And you would really like, as in, if you are the type of person that learn, that want to learn new things or new way of life, or you want to stick to your own known way of life, you can always do that. So you have the option to do whatever you want to do. Thank you. So this is what I have to say. These are the questions I want to answer from the people that sent me questions, okay, on my Instagram account and through my email. So now this is the time for you, all of you listening to me, to ask me, because I asked most of you to come with your questions, and I am sure that you all are here with your questions. So please, this is the time to ask me whatever you want to ask me, and I will answer you. So go on, you can use the comments, and I would read it out and I'll answer you. Okay, I'll just give few minutes to question and answer section, and then I would call it a night. And also, just not just for the questions, if you're here and you've started the process, you can always comment, like stating where you are, and if you have any, like, anything you want me to address, okay, anywhere you are that is not clear, that is very, 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 like, you're stuck in a place, just feel free to write it down here. I would answer you, and I would clear it out with you. So please ask me the question. Don't come to my Instagram and start asking me. And like, please, this is the time for you to ask question. For study visa, do you need just travel insurance or both medical insurance plus travel? You need medical and travel insurance. No, medical insurance is for the ID card, okay? You would need it here. You would do the medical insurance here. For the visa, you need um, the travel insurance for the visa. The medical insurance is when you come to Malta, then you go to do your medical insurance before you go to submit or to ask for your Maltese ID card. I hope I answered your question. So the travel insurance is for the visa, medical insurance is for the ID card. Okay. So Namdi Favor said, please, is it easy to find caregiving jobs in Malta? Yes, it is easy. It's I will not say it is easy, but you would find for sure caregiving. You go to, okay, let me give you Namdi. Listen, take notes. You, if you're looking for a caregiving jobs like health nursing aide or carer, health mark, okay, health mark, you go to health mark, go to Google, write health mark Malta, and they would employ you. Or another, I have list of them, I cannot remember them right now. All right, I think I'm going to make a video about that, to give you list of names of caregiving companies in Malta, so that you can apply. If you finish your job, if you finish your studies, you can always apply with them, okay, and they would give you a job. And NG said, are there sites you can recommend for job opportunities? Of course, mostly is Healthmark, okay, and Healthmark, the government, they have the portal for it, okay. There is, it's not a website. Healthmark, you can always have a Healthmark. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna list out. I'm gonna make a video. Maybe my next video will be companies or sites um for job opportunities. All right, watch out for my next video. Maybe I'm gonna do research more, bring out more sites or companies that you would ask, or they would employ you. Okay. Yep. So More questions? More questions. I hope I answered your question, Angie. I hope I answered your question. I hope I answered your question. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Angie. Okay. So I think I explained it so well that you guys don't have much questions for me. So, but I'll give a couple of minutes more, 2 minutes, because it's going to 1 hour now. And I like plan to just stay here for 1 hour. I am stuck. Like, okay, someone is saying, however, I am stuck with how to go about my accommodation. All right. What's the minimum week for accommodation required for study visa? Accommodation for study visa, you need a year, because I know this because I am bringing someone from Nigeria, okay, to stay to work in my salon. So I am in that process right now. So I'm there. I am in a very good position to tell you accommodation for your visa, you need 1 year accommodation. Okay. So that's why I'm telling you that I would prefer you to stick with your school accommodation plan, because the school accommodation plan would cover you with the whole month. For example, you're coming for a year master's degree, or you're coming for 6 months master adaptation course. Your school accommodation plan should cover you the whole time. Okay, so you can get the visa with that. But if you are not, if you don't want to use your school accommodation plan, then you need to look for an accommodation. You need to have a contract, a minimal contract of 1 year, okay, for you to get, or like if you have 6 months, you have to have a minimal contract of 6 months for you to be able to get your visa. All right. So this is what, to my best knowledge, this is what it is, because they asked the girl, okay, I'm not bringing her for studies, I'm bringing her for the salon. Then they asked for a minimal accommodation plan of 1 year. So I needed to go rent her upon accommodation, and you know have the contract, have her name in that accommodation, okay, so that she would use it to go and ask for the visa. So you need accommodation plan to cover your stay. If you're coming for 1 year or 6 months, your accommodation plan should cover your stay. So when you have that accommodation plan from your institute that covers your stay, when you come, you stay as much as you can have your ID card. Once you have your ID card, nobody will force you to stay where you don't want. You can choose to leave. So that's why I advise you to go with your school accommodation plan, or then you look for an apartment. And site for you to look to get apartment in Malta from abroad is Malta Park. Go to Google, write Malta Park, go to properties, when you go to properties, you're going to go to long let. Click on it, you're going to see the available apartment, the prices, and the number of the owner or the agent. But I wouldn't really advise you to go through this, because you might spend money, and when they know that you are abroad, I don't know if they would be able to to accept or willing to give you the apartment. Okay, so I hope I answered your question. Or money, I hope I answered your question. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope your school would have an accommodation plan for you, because that's the easiest, and you don't need to stress much about accommodation when you go with your school's um, like advice. If your school did not offer you, ask them. Okay, ask them like that. You're sure. Can you ask them? Can you send them a message or call them to ask if you they can help you to look for an accommodation, because you know the school. It's better to deal with the school than to deal with someone else that you don't know. So you know the school, and you would, if they want to help you with accommodation, they would help you. Okay. All right. So what's the response did you get? Okay, MCAS. All right. So did you ask them of any accommodation? Hmm. Hmm. It's very, 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 very like strange, to be honest with you, because most campus have accommodation. For example, Idea Academy, um, University of Malta, and some other even master's degree institutes, they have accommodation already available. Even they don't have accommodation, they have like houses they use. They have houses they use for accommodation for students, and like they have even shared room for students. So I'm really, really like surprised that they just sent you this um sites for you to sort yourself out. So go through the sites and then them, and because for sure you need accommodation plan for your visa. You need accommodation plan for your visa. So if you don't have any more questions, I would call it a night. And I would say thank you for joining my live today. I read the response, Omoni. I read the response, okay? I read the response that they sent you. It's very, very unfortunate that they had to send you that response, because they should have like helped you or guide you, on how to get um on how to get accommodation. Regarding accommodation, we do not provide accommodations on campus, but can share some accommodation providers with you. Use the accommodation providers that they share with you so you can contact with them. So if they share these accommodation providers with you, that means they are trustworthy. So contact these accommodation providers, send them a message, or if they have mobile number, most of them uses WhatsApp. Okay, you can add the mobile number. If you have the mobile number, you can contact them through WhatsApp, and you would make your reservation. Okay, you would make your reservation. You would have 1 year contract. Okay, and you would pay like the deposit, and you will have your name in the contract and everything. So if the school sends you these providers, then that means they are trustworthy. I would advise you to go with the providers that the school sends you, so that you will not be scammed. Okay, so go with the provider, go with them, send them a message, send them an email, or through WhatsApp. Okay, send them a message through WhatsApp, and don't just send one person, send as much as you can, so that you can know the cheapest the cheapest price of length. Go with the cheapest. Okay, and go tell them you want a contract to be registered with the inland, like the housing estate. They need to register your contract with the housing estate, because when they register it, you would receive an email that they registered this contract. Because for the contracts for this um, apartment accommodation to be valid, it needs to be registered. Okay, so, and they will register it with your name. When they register it with your name, then you know that it's valid. Okay, so go with them, let them know that you know what they know by telling them you want it to be registered, and you want a minimal contract of 1 year. Of course, it's almost always 1 year, and then you have your registration. I would advise you to go with the school's recommendation. Okay. Okay, so having said that, I want to wish you all the best. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining my live. And I would announce my next live. I think I'm going to stick to Friday, 8 p.m. Okay. I'm going to bring about lists, like list of sites for jobs. Okay. So that you would have them in hand, and also maybe something. If I have a question, feel free to send me a question on my Instagram. My Instagram is paradise mellet. Okay, paradise mellet separate, and you can feel free to just pop up and just send me a question that you want me to answer, and I would answer you. I would bring it up live, and I would answer it. Thank you so much, Nurse Paradise. Hope to see you physically soon. Of course, you will. You will see me. You will see me in the hospital. Okay. Thank you all for watching. It's your nurse, your favorite Nurse Paradise. Till next time. Bye.